Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with another Blu-ray DVD collection update. It has been a while. This stuff is compiled of stuff I have purchased over the last few weeks, because every time I would I would buy something, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna wait for the next thing to arrive, and then the next thing would arrive, and by the time I realized it, I would have already ordered something else. So it's kind of been a bit of a clusterfuck over here. So I guess I'll start with the things I remember buying the longest amount of time ago. I don't know. I remember buying first. Well, Target was having a sale. This was when it was still October. And I got Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak for about $9, which, I was waiting for this one to reach the right price for me. I did absolutely adore this movie. But I didn't want to pay like $20 for it. I saw it going for like 20, and then I saw it was on sale for 9, and I was like, okay, that's low enough for me to bite. It's a heavily kind of Mario Bava inspired kind of dramatic film where the ghosts aren't the main focus of it, although they are there. It is more, they're more kind of there to help move the plot along. And I mean, a lot of people said this was like really predictable, and it was stupid, and it was slow and boring. Honestly, I thought it was a near perfect kind of little haunted house movie. Guillermo del Toro he is fantastic, and I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the new Blu-ray of Pan's Labyrinth. I may pick up the Guillermo del Toro trilogy that Criterion put out, maybe. They're having a sale on some other Blu-rays for like $5 a piece. I couldn't turn these down. I got Anaconda, which featuring Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube. It's been a very long time since I've seen this movie, but I remember immensely enjoying it. The first time I ever watched it when I was really young, and the most recent time I watched it, which might have been 6 or 7 years ago, it was $5, and I was like, hey, I don't own Anaconda, do I? Another one, which this is one I haven't watched in a few years, but it needs no introduction. It's The Silence of the Lambs. I mainly bought it because A, it was $5, B, it's a Blu-ray, and C, it comes with some decent special features, including deleted scenes. Ooh. But I don't think Silence of the Lambs needs any introduction. It was the first horror film to ever win Best Picture. And all the people that say this film isn't a horror film, they're bullshitting themselves, because this most definitely is a horror movie. It's about a cannibal helping an FBI agent find a serial killer who's skinning women and wearing their skin. That is a horror movie. I don't fucking care what you say. Shit, why did I say Crimson Peak? Oh, down there. Alright. Let me see. I got some eBay purchases here, and one thing that was just like somebody that my cousin just gave to me because she didn't want it. But eBay purchase wise, I bought two things: Bible Man terminating the toxic tonic of disrespect, and tuning out the Unholy Hero. This is a TV series, a Christian superhero TV series that I heard about, and it is really ridiculous and over the top, and it's literally just a guy in a superhero costume like quoting the Bible as he fights people. It is so ridiculous, it almost feels like it was done intentionally to make bad movie lovers like me enjoy it, which is why I bought two of the episodes. And surprisingly, even though it says on here recommended for kids 6 to 10, it still has a ton of special features, including music videos, bloopers, makeup tutorials, and behind-the-scenes stuff. And this one has, like, behind-the-scenes, music videos, bloopers, makeup tutorial, behind-the-scenes makeup thing on, like, both the villains. Like, it is surprising. There's a surprising amount of special features on these. And you can get these on eBay for like $6. And if you love really over-the-top, kind of stupid propaganda films like I do, stuff like Reefer Madness. I would almost say this is as good as Reefer Madness. Look into these; they're entertaining as hell, which is why I bought 2 of them. This is another one that's like really bad, and I remember it from my childhood, and that's about it. And this one also has some interesting special features on here, but it's the Skateboard Kid. What else can I say? It's the fucking Skateboard Kid featuring Dom DeLuise. It's the Skateboard Kid. What else can I say? Next we get on to some Best Buy pickup, a Best Buy pickup, and a bootleg. I'll start with a bootleg that I made. This is a bootleg for a little movie called The Witch with the Flying Head. This is a Hong Kong, like, weird Category 3 film, basically about a witch, a woman who's cursed, and she has to rip off her head every night, and then her severed head with organs attached, like hanging it down, flies around and attacks people and drinks their blood. This is a special bootleg for me because I made 2 discs for it. The first disc is The Witch with the Flying Head with no subtitles, which is the good version of the film because the picture quality on it is actually pretty decent. The thing is, it doesn't have subtitles. And then we have the version with English subtitles, which is very bad quality as well, which is absolutely terrible, almost unwatchable quality, and you can't tell what's going on in any of the flying head scenes. So if you want to watch it if I want to watch it just for the flying head action, no English subtitles. If I want to watch it for the plot, English subtitles. But I already watched it for the plot, and I gotta say, it's not a super interesting plot, but it's still an entertaining as hell movie, and it does not have a U.S. I don't think it ever had a U.S. release, which is a damn shame because it's weird and fun. The one Best Buy pickup I got was the Neon Demon for like $7, not $7, like $17. This is another movie from this year that I absolutely adore. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. My phone just kind of flipped. Oh, just kind of flipped out on me, so I'm just gonna keep going with what I was saying. Like I was saying, the Neon Demon is one of my favorite horror movies from this year. Absolutely breathtaking from a visual standpoint, and I do think that this film is absolutely amazing. It's definitely not for everybody. It is very, very slow, and it is very much a visual kind of style over substance movie, although I feel like there is some substance to the film. But I don't want to get into all of that. This is an immensely creepy movie, and I would recommend it to anybody that can handle 2-hour-long movies with long segments of just nothing happening, or just weird, creepy, like, neon imagery. This is a Nicholas Winding Refn film, the guy who did Drive. And Drive is another film that I think is a very much a visual kind of film. Not as much as this, though. This might actually be this is probably my all-time favorite movie from Nicholas Winding Refn. And this also has commentary from the director, so I'm interested in watching it with the commentary. Okay, next we have a haul from Troma. Bought these out of a VHS group I'm in, and I got some. I gotta say, I think I got a pretty good fucking deal on these. First, I got Charles Kaufman's Mother's Day, which is a slasher film from Troma that is directed by Lloyd Kaufman's brother. Mother's Day, I reviewed it a couple years back on my channel, and I remember immensely enjoying this film. I'm gonna have to rewatch it sometime, because I remember really liking it, and I'm happy I own it. I'm just gonna put it back on the shelf so I don't have to do that later. Oh, okay. Now you wanna... You motherfucker. God damn it. Oh. Okay. And these go, like, right on this shelf, so this will be fine. I also got Toxic Avenger Part 2 on Blu-ray. I already own it on DVD, but I wanted to buy the Blu-ray because, why not? I mean, I wanted to get upgraded to the Blu-ray anyway. I got Part 3, which is the worst of the series, and I remember absolutely hating this one, even though it is like Toxic Avenger versus the Devil. I remember there only being like one scene of gore towards the beginning of the film, and then it was pretty much like goreless for the rest of the film. I remember it being pretty terrible, but I mainly bought it because I'm kind of a completionist, and I wanted to have the entire series, even if I don't like them all. And Citizen Toxic Avenger 4, which I rewatched recently, and it is... I remember watching it and thinking it was okay a few years back, and gotta say, I absolutely love it now. I don't know if I like it more than the first one, or the second one, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely a very, very fun, cheesy little movie. Usual trauma affair. And those go right there. Alright, and on to the last two things. I took advantage of Barnes & Noble's Criterion sale they were having. My problem with Barnes & Noble and Criterion is both of them are just horrifically overpriced. Criterion, I'm not going to say is as bad because they charged like $25 for a release. And if the release is of a movie that hasn't had a previous release, or it's a really good one, for example, I'm not going to pull it off the shelf, but their release of Lady Snowblood has both of the Lady Snowblood movies on it, and it's like $20. That is, in my opinion, well worth the money. It's 2 movies. But when they charge $25 for like one movie that has really no good special features because the film is from the 50s and anybody who made it or was involved with it is probably dead, that is when I don't like paying $25 for a release. That being said, I always thought, man, Criterion really overprices their shit. And then I went to a Barnes & Noble and looked at their prices for Criterion. They're charging nearly $50 for Criterion releases, nearly double of what Amazon is charging, and it absolutely makes me just want to go ballistic because these films are good, but they're not paying $50 for a single release good. And the fact that their DVD section still seems to get business and is still there for some reason. The fact that it's still there and that it gets business absolutely horrifies me, because that means somebody must be buying their overpriced DVDs. Even if it's not Criterion, they charged, I remember I went in there, I've gone in there a couple times and bought some stuff. I bought this monster movie, Prodigy. I can't remember the name, but it was like a cheap release of this cheesy, low-budget monster movie. It had no special features at all, or anything like that, and it was $15. $15 for a cheap release of a bad movie that had no special features or anything. It's a little fucking ridiculous. That being said, they had 50% off, and I've got 2 of the Criterion releases that I've always wanted to get my hands on these ones, because these are really great movies, and I didn't own them before, and I figured I may as well get 2 of them and pay $40 for 2 instead of paying $50 for 2 of them on Amazon, because they have, like, apparently when you order Barnes & Noble online, apparently if you spend like $25 you get free shipping. So I was like, hey, I might as well get 2 fucking releases of movies that I want, and just go on with my life. So I got Diabolique from 1955. I mentioned this in my previous video when I talked about overrated movies, and I compared Psycho to Diabolique. Diabolique, I believe, is the superior film, and it's absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of kind of old school chiller, kind of very slow burn, atmospheric, kind of mystery horror films, Diabolique is definitely the way to go, and I love the cover art on this. Also, I should mention, this is one of Clive Barker, the director of Hellraiser. This is one of his favorite horror movies of all time, and I gotta agree, this is actually an amazing little movie. Then I decided to get something a little less serious, a little more on the kind of exploitation side, although not by much. Naked Lunch from David Cronenberg. This is probably one of Cronenberg's best film. Naked Lunch is weird as hell, and I've read the book that the film is based on, And the book makes even less sense than the movie, and the movie is impossible to comprehend without watching it multiple times and really looking into it. But I'm happy to own both of these on Blu-ray finally, but still, the releases are overpriced. Barnes & Noble is overpriced. And just like with FYE, I think I might actually start boycotting at least the DVD section of Barnes & Noble, because it is immensely overpriced. That's not an official boycott yet. I still gotta think about maybe. I don't know yet. But anyway, guys, that is it for now, as far as DVD collection videos, or as far as videos in general go. I'll be back sometime soon with a new video, or maybe a stream, or something. But, this is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, signing off. Peace.